Yeah, cruising in the ocean with my fellas, waving at the shore, we got all them people jealous. They see that we shining from way over yonder. Gotta thank my father, my sponsor, for putting me on board and also giving me the capability to live life with no fear, create buzz with no beer. God is the reason why I live like this. Now everybody hating me, now I feel like Chris. Working out, eating right, now I look like this. Phone filled with different numbers, now my ex all pissed. Now I'm playing, she don't care cause she move like this. Man, I ain't hating cause she bad, man, we all ruthless. Man, I got money in my pocket, diamonds on my pinky and that brain.
All right, now what you just said? What's the PG era? What's the era you talking about?
The PG era is like around the time when WWE started morphing into kid-friendly type of product that they were doing, and they got away from what made people tune in WWE in the first place. So you got away from the Attitude era, you got away from Ruthless Aggression era, you got away from all that, and you morphed into a kid-friendly type of product where we got fed with silly gimmicks, things that didn't work, things that didn't work. Sometimes people didn't even want to watch Raw. It was getting so bad. People were out of WWE in droves. They were like, "Bro, I'm not watching this product no more. This is garbage." Boom, 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 boom. And John Cena is what led towards that PG era. Now, granted, as a fan, I still watched the product. I was still there, but there's people that just didn't watch the product no more. Now it's different. Everyone's like, "Bro, when do they come on?"
So okay,
on Netflix. I got people in my job at Close talking about, you got people on the side. I want to watch WrestleMania. I want to watch this. I want to watch that.
Yeah. So are you? So what is you saying? So what are you saying about this era over the? I got this era over the Attitude era, the era right now.
No, this era, I'm putting over the Attitude era for sure.
Yeah, this era is different. I don't even know what to call it.
Yeah, I'm not with that. No.
Yeah, I don't even know what to call this era, but this era different. I know that.
I think it's called
the Triple H era. What's it called?
Yeah, Triple H era, the Renaissance era. I think it's called the Renaissance era.
Okay, yeah. I like that.
Yep.
What'd you say, Larry? My fault. I heard you.
I'm gonna put the quarantine era, the pandemic era over all of them.
The pandemic era.
The pandemic era.
All right. Yeah. 10 second timeout. 10 second timeout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, go ahead. Because that was crazy. What? Why? No. Why would you say that? Why are you saying that? Why are you saying that?
Because when we got introduced during that era.
Hold on. You said Roman Reigns was. Oh yeah, true.
We got the tunnel piece. We got the new.
It was the birth, sure, but
it was
where WWE was at now.
It was the blood. It was the bloodline. That's what we're talking about. The bloodline.
It was the birth of that bloodline, but it didn't. But it wasn't. I think 2022 was the best year for the bloodline.
2022 was that when everybody had the titles?
That's when everybody had the titles, and then same thing got involved with it.
Yeah, I mean, but it. I think I'm not in agreement with Larry saying that it's better than all the eras, but I think it was a moment in a time how they built that to get to 2022 was better than 2022. I think building it to 2022 was better than 2022 because they already officially did it. But the build to get there, when all of them came in and Solo and Tonga and all them, that jump was different. That was different. They was taking over. They was taking over.
Now, I'm gonna say this. That's to Larry's point. The best thing that came out of the pandemic era to me was Sasha and Bayley's work as a tag team, and then as rivals later on during the year, and Roman Reigns coming back in August of 2020. Yeah, in August of 2020. Those were the two top best things that was going on for WWE around that time. I loved Bray Wyatt. I could not stand Bray Wyatt feeling with Braun Strowman. I could not stand it.
Yeah, it should. They didn't do it right. That's why they didn't do it right.
And plus, you had Braun win the top of Goldberg, and he didn't even defend that belt as much. They even did silly things like having Miz and John Morrison face him in a handicap. I'm like, bro, oh man, like
they didn't do it right.
They didn't do it right for real. And Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, getting started started making him come across a lot more wonky. Didn't have like bro, Beasley, do you know that Bray Wyatt got the best gimmick award and the worst gimmick award for the Fiend?
For real? I didn't know that.
Yes.
The best and the worst same year?
Nope.
Oh, okay, they separated. I was about to say.
It was the worst.
How?
Long year, the worst.
And see how fickle Cats is? You see how fickle Cats is? How could you be the best gimmick and then the next year in 365 days you the worst gimmick? How?
Yep, I know.
That's bogus as heck. That's so fickle, bro. That is so fickle, bro. That's crazy.
Yep, I agree.
That's gonna love you. They can love you the one day and then hate you the next. It's crazy.
Yep, it is crazy. And it wasn't even Bray's fault. Bray was just doing what was important to him as far as the booking. Like, bro, like, y'all get so upset over, like, and bending out shape. They do the best they can. And
right.
And I'm going to tell you something, too. It affected Braun Strowman mentally, for real. Like, when he got told matter of fact, his match with Bray Wyatt, remember they had, like, some match for Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
And Bray, I think, ended up, winning I think he ended up losing the match. And they got told that their match was by far the worst match of the whole entire year. Yep. And it was a cinematic match on top of that, too.
Man, that's crazy.
Yep.
The last match I remember of Bray Wyatt, rest in peace, Bray Wyatt, first of all. Last match I remember of Bray Wyatt that I enjoyed, that everybody hated, was the Mountain Dew joint he did against LA Knight. I love that joint.
I enjoyed it.
The reason why, because of the neon lights and all that junk. That junk was hard. Yep. That was different. And they was doing the promotion for the Mountain Dew joint. That was hard. People was hating it.
I can't show you this. The Mountain Dew Pitch Black drink was.
Yeah.
That was so good.
I bought a drink because of that match. That's the only reason. Because I didn't even know it was out. I'm like, bro, what? This is crazy.
That Pitch Black was hitting different, bro.
Yeah.
It was different. It was good. Yeah,
I had no problem with that drink at all.
I agree. I ain't had a problem with the match either. I wish the match would have been longer. I will admit the match would have been longer.
I think it would have been longer. I agree.
Because it was short.
Because that was the one where Uncle Howdy jumped off the. Then Uncle Howdy jumped out the joint. Yeah, that was crazy. Bro, that's what I'm saying, bro. And it was a filler. That was a fill-in match. That was a filler match.
You know what, though? I'm gonna say this about Bray Wyatt. This is a hot take. This is a hot take, but I think this is also low-key kind of true. I think the greatest thing Bray Wyatt offered to WWE, more than any championship, more than any WrestleMania, more than any main event, him being champion, whatever, was that he gave you moments.
That was a moment. That was a moment.
As a matter of fact, I think Bray in the interview even said that. He said, "I want to give people."
Yeah, he said that.
I want to give you a reason to care about the product.
Yep. He ain't care about winning or losing. He cared about the moment.
It wasn't about the winning or losing.
Yep.
Right.
That's why everybody That's why everybody respected him so much, and that's why I was a tearjerker when he was gone, because they knew that he was there for the moments. He wasn't there for the wins and the losses. He was there for the moments, the moments and the impact.
No. And for those that don't know, in the pro wrestling business, wins and losses don't matter.
They don't count. They don't
matter. And I was told that years ago.
Yeah. I think Ric Flair got more losses than wins, and he's listed as one of the best wrestlers of all time. And I think he got more losses than wins.
Yep. So they want to say Bray Wyatt is one of the best characters of all time. I don't like that. I don't like the pitch as one of the best characters.
I don't know if I could say he's one of the best characters. I can't say that. But who can I say is the best character though? Is my question. Who is the best character?
He's definitely one of the best characters. I wouldn't say he's the best character, but he's definitely one of the best characters for sure.
Yeah. So who would you put as the best character?
Over Bray?
No. Period. Who is the best character in the WWE? Or of all time?
We're talking from back then.
Of all time. Of all time. You said who?
Of all time, Undertaker.
Yeah.
Undertaker.
You put Undertaker?
Undertaker. Yeah, Undertaker.
The Tribal Chief.
Hands down.
The Tribal Chief.
No, I'm not going to put over Undertaker. No. No. Heck no. I love Roman. I love the Tribal Chief gimmick. To me, that saved, in my personal opinion, that saved his whole entire career because it was getting bad. It was getting bad for that moment there. like in terms of like how the crowd was receiving him.
Give me them flowers, bro.
I say that. But Taker, no. I'm gonna say Taker for because for one, if you knew his real name was Mark Calloway, great. If you didn't know his name is Mark Calloway, you believe Taker was really what he was, right? Or at the very least, he was very protective of his character. So you didn't get Mark Calloway coming out of Taker until his years started to progress into him retiring. That was it. But he kept that character, that mystique, that aura of the Undertaker for years. He gave you, and then on top of that, not only did he give you the dead man, he gave you the badass, he gave you the biker gimmick, he gave you, he morphed into with some more with his tattoos on his arms now. Then he had the long hair. Then he came out with different sets of his gear, different entrances from time to time. But when you heard that bomb, everybody knew what time it was. You better get your butt at that ring where he choke slamming you, fall drive you, all that.
Right.
There's a certain level of a presence that to me, not too many people can match. Not too many people can match with Taker as far as that. And I think because of that reason alone, I gotta give it to him before as number one. I'm sorry.
All right.
I think Roman Reigns will be up there though. I think Roman Reigns
Oh,
will be in the top
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because I'm gonna keep it a buck. Keep it a buck.
Go ahead.
Keep it all the way real. The tribal chief, the tribal chief character is the best character ever, bro. And I ain't even trying to be funny. I ain't trying to make this as no big debate, nothing like that. But the only reason why I'm saying that is because we never said anything about him being the GOAT until that happened. When we sing Big Dog, nobody cared.
Fact.
Nobody cared about none of that.
Fact.
The Shield, nobody cared about that.
Fact.
When Tribal Chief came around, everybody was like, "Oh no, he's the GOAT." And Undertaker being there for as long as he was there, you had a couple people that probably said he was a GOAT. I got him as one of the GOATs. Period. But no, Roman Reigns has only been the Tribal Chief for what, 2 years, maybe 3, and they got him as a GOAT. That's the reason why I'm like, nah, there's no other character better than him. But outside of that, like you said though, you can't put that'd probably be the only person you can put over the Undertaker as far as characters is concerned.
That's
he
crazy.
just
that's huge. That's huge. But you know what too? Roman Reigns can be benefit from being the Undertaker too. If you said that as well.
You said what?
He benefits from him. He benefits from Taker as well.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yep. Taker put him over for a reason.
Yeah, definitely.
This is my yard now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That was him proclaiming Tribal Chief even before he was called a Tribal Chief.
Exactly.
It's crazy, yeah. But he wouldn't have gotten that if it wasn't somewhat of Taker.
Exactly. And that's the reason why you got to put Taker in that talk. That's why some people who say that Taker is the GOAT, you can't be mad at that, especially when it comes to the characters.
Yeah, bro.
Can't say that. That's why they say John Cena.
Yeah, bro.
Because he put so many people over. I'm like, bro, you can't deny it. And then what Roman did with Solo and all of them.
Do we ever go with John Cena's? Do we ever talk about John Cena's character at all?
Hold on, what's the question?
Do we ever talk about John Cena's character though? I don't think nobody's ever talked about John Cena's character. You don't care about that though.
Nah, because it was to me it was like real Hulk Hogan-ish, and I was just like, man, get out of here with that. That little Lex Luger,
it was
American, some stuff. Hey, move around. Y'all have a good one, all right? No problem. You said what about you talking about the rap gimmick?
The rap gimmick was morphed into that. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Oh, the Thugonomics joint?
Yeah. Like him being a rapper is what morphed into the CN Nation leader, the
true.
Respect, the character,
he gave me that's what I was about to say. He gave me more army. He gave me more army, more soldier. Yeah. He gave me that. Yep. Yeah. I mean that was cool, but that's cheating though. When you want a character to get over, all you gotta do is start screaming USA. That's it. Hacksaw Jim Duggan still get a look for that bull crap. Go ahead. Go ahead. I couldn't stand Hacksaw Jim Duggan, bro. Oh, shut up. But go ahead. My fault, Larry.
Go ahead, Larry.
I would have to even credit. I would have to even credit if he actually came up with his character on his own. But he did not.
Oh, you said what?
Who did it?
John Cena.
Oh, John Cena.
I I actually gave him credit. He came out with his character on his own. But he did not.
Where'd he get the character from?
He
Which one you talking about? Hustle,
the
loyalty, and respect, or which character you talking about?
whole Thugonomics year
Oh yeah,
when
the
he started
Thugonomics
wearing
shot.
He got from Rikishi.
when he first started wearing
Yeah, finish your
the
part.
little red
Please do.
shorts.
Finish your part, please.
Finish your food.
Come on.
Finish your food, Larry. Finish your food.
Let me finish it.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna eat.
Oh, you don't believe one of the pieces episodes we talk about the day that John Cena came to him and the other legends that were in the locker room and asked him for help. And they have to come up with that.
What?
Something and everything.
So it's not original.
No.
Wait a minute. So John Cena came up towards them and asked for the Dr. Thugonomics character.
Oh, here we go.
No, he asked for help.
He asked for help.
He asked for help.
He asked for guidance on how to start that character.
Okay, got you. Okay. Then it doesn't make it less original though. No. Go ahead.
He just had help with the character.
No, it's not even with the character. He couldn't get in. He couldn't get into advice on how to get over with the fans and stuff like that, and how to make his career
But
better.
there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. They were
he didn't say anything was wrong with it. He just said that's the reason why he don't have him as that character, as one of his top characters. That's all he said. That was his opinion.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah.
Got you. I was gonna say the Dr. Thugonomics. that character was done. It was made because while he was on, they were on a tour bus. They were on a tour bus going to some shows and whatnot.
Stephanie heard him rapping.
Right, they heard him rapping. You know what I'm saying? Stephanie heard him rapping, and she's like, "Oh, okay." If it wasn't for Stephanie McMahon pitching to Vince or whoever in the company that Johnson actually had a rapper gimmick and boom, boom,
he would have got released.
Be gone.
Yeah, he's gonna get released.
They're gonna fire him.
He
was on the list of that's let go. Which is crazy. That's one part of the story.
I heard about that.
Yeah, that's one part of the story. That's why he went to Rikishi and asked him for help.
That's what's up.
And they told him, they said, all right, you like to rap, you can rap. That's one part. Then took him, I think, to Walmart. I think it was a Walmart or something like that. And they bought him some stuff, and he put everything together, and that's when he got the Thugonomics.
And I believe it. And I'm gonna tell you something too. The Rock's character, like when he first came into to doing the Rock and the Know Your Role, shut your mouth. He got that from Ron Simmons. Like some of his catchphrases he took from her.
Yeah, I remember him saying that.
Like the Know Your Role, shut your mouth was from Ron Simmons. Farouk.
Farouk.
Nation Domination. Yup, the Rock got that. Got that home. Even like y'all probably even said it. In all actuality, not everybody can stay here and say they're just also quote unquote original.
No, because when they get there, Vince McMahon is giving you a character. If he don't like the character that you create, so at the end of the day, you ain't start that mug anyway.
That's a fact. That's a fact. If he gave us The Rock, and yes, part of that may have been to attribute towards Vince, but The Rock really got what we got from Ron Simmons and a few others that helped him along the way. And he also did some study on his own as far as research, right? But besides that, you had wrestlers that were created by Vince McMahon. Kane was created by Vince McMahon. Hulk Hogan was created by Vince McMahon. I don't think he was called Hulk Hogan before the WWE. Am I wrong?
You said what?
Or was he? Was he already called Hulk Hogan before WWE or no?
That's a good question. Hold on. I thought he was called something else when he was doing movies. But you might be right. I don't know. He might have been called Hulk Hogan, and they brought that. Matter of fact, he might have been called Hulk Hogan, and they brought that. They brought that character to the WWE when he was with Mr. T and all of them.
They did. That's how he got to WWE.
So Hogan is the originator of his own joint, or unless they called him something else. I didn't know that. I don't know if they called him something else or not.
Gimmick, the all-American gimmick is what this man I think did for him.
Yeah.
But, I'm gonna give you on my list.
All right.
First I got Roman. Then I got Taker. Then I got Umaga.
Umaga? Hold on. Wait. Go back 3. What was number 4?
Roman Reigns.
Okay.
Taker. Umaga. And Jeff Hardy. $10. Give me $10.
I love Demon Fan. I love Demon Fan.
That list don't make no sense to me.
As far as characters, how not?
That list don't make that.
Dude, Umaga is a straight question mark. That I ain't gonna lie on that one.
The list don't make no sense to me.
How? He got bro, he said Undertaker. We said that. Roman Reigns, we said that. Right. Umaga, I don't know where that came from, but I'll give you that.
That don't make no sense to me. That's what I'm saying.
He said Jeff Hardy. I didn't hear Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, he said Jeff Hardy.
I heard. He got 3 out of 5 though. That Demon Fan. I like that.
Come on.
You got 3 out of 5.
Definitely on that list for sure. Everybody can definitely be on that list. I went in the top 5 with Taker and Roman though.
Yeah, that's a hot take.
Hold on.
Jeff Hardy definitely ain't up there. He wearing all them girl clothes coming to the ring. I can't do it.
Nah, bro.
Go ahead, bro. I'll say, let me go ahead. Go ahead, Larry. Before you say, I'm a sub one person. I'm a sub one person off your list. I'm a sub Jeff Hardy off your list, and I'm gonna put the Godfather on there. I'm gonna put the Godfather on there.
Yeah.
The Godfather on there. Because he's definitely better than Jeff Hardy. But go ahead, explain the reason why you got Umaga and Jeff Hardy. That's wild.
That is wild to me.
Umaga is a crazy character, but he that's rank high, boy. That's up there.
On no top 5 list. No.
That's up there.
As
far as what? As far as what, Larry?
As far as characters, those be my top 5. Especially with I put Umaga up there. I'm talking about the Umaga when he first started. I'm talking about the face paint.
We going off that. We going to look to the character.
No face paint across his face.
Huh?
What you talking about?
Why is Kane not being brought up in this conversation?
Yes.
Hold on. I'm talking about my top 5.
Okay, your top 5. All right.
Top 5 is horrible. The top 5 is horrible.
Okay, wait. What's your top 5? Hold on. What's your top 5 before you say his is horrible?
We talking about for characters.
Yeah. So go ahead. What's your top 5 if you saying his is horrible? If you say,
hold on, man, I'm so confused.
If you're saying that his top 5 characters are horrible, you got to give me top 5 better. Give me 5 better.
I'm definitely putting Undertaker on the 1.
Right.
Give me, and matter of fact, I'm not even saying this in no order. I'm just saying names.
Yeah, no order. No orders. Yeah, no order.
I'm gonna go Undertaker.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh.
I'm gonna go. Roman Reigns for sure. Tribal Chief gimmick. Oh yeah, 1000% up there.
That's 4.
Yep. And then let me do.
CM Punk.
Yeah.
No. I want to say Punk.
I'll put Punk.
I want to say because Punk's not character. Punk will say he's not character. No, I want to say Punk.
All right.
Who can I say?
Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins is a good character.
No,
But good.
but Seth Rollins got, but Seth got
He's a
range,
visionary. He's a visionary. He's a
but
revolutionary.
BZ might be the only person I know that gets Seth Rollins' visionary character.
I
Nobody
get it.
gets it. Nobody gets his character.
I get it.
Nobody. Straight up.
I get it.
He broke it down to me one by one. He like decided this is what it is, and this is what it's not. And I was
It
like,
is.
bro,
That's it.
so much sense to me, but nobody gets it. Not
Yeah.
bro.
I need one more though.
Will tell you that if you need proof, listen to Bub Ray and David Gresham and Tommy and Mark Henry. They all say they don't understand his character.
I'll explain that joint. I need one more.
Fans don't either.
Hold on.
Okay, all right.
I need one more. I need one more character, bro. How's it
I
going?
want to go stand better than that top 5 though, but I see your point though. That's like kind of get it, but I want to put it in the top 5, man. Let me see.
No problem. I'll try. I ain't the greatest. I ain't Michael Jordan.
I'm gonna have to look this up. I'm sorry. I had to look at some of this just a little bit. I might have to. Let me see. Matter of fact, you know what? May God rest his soul. Bray Wyatt. Put him on there.
That's a good character. You know, that's a good 5.
I'm putting Bray
That's a
Wyatt.
good 5. Now Larry's 5 is going based off of face paint and stuff like that, right, Larry? Is that your reason?
Didn't have to use face paint.
And what?
That's what I'm trying to.
No, I'm not saying Monte had to have face paint. I'm saying the cover cheap character is that right there is what draw everybody in. And Jeff Hardy came out.
Why did you mention face paint for Umaga and Jeff Hardy? What the guys do anything?
I'm talking about their best characters.
How? You have not given me and BZ a reasonable explanation.
No. Get me out of that. Get me out of that. Ding, 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 ding. Let's the fight begin. I ain't got nothing to do with this.
You cut me off before I even really started explaining.
Yeah, go ahead, explain, man.
I'm just
How can I explain if you cut me off?
Explain, man, bro.
Get him. Go ahead. It's on you, Larry.
I wasn't going off of Facebook. I'm going off of the best versions of themselves.
Okay.
Let me take it. Well, I got him on my list. The Phenom.
Right.
That was his best character to me. On the orange, the Tribal Chief. That was his best character to me.
I got you.
Okay.
Demon Fiend the same way.
With the face paint. Yeah. With the face paint.
That
was his
Umaga
best
is
character.
just.
Umaga with the face paint is not a reasonable conclusion for you to say he's one of the best characters in that list. That top 5 list does not work because he has face paint.
Is
Umaga has face paint too as a Demon King.
Is Umaga connected to the bloodline?
No, Jeff Hardy had face paint. What are you trying to say?
Is Umaga connected to the bloodline?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have nothing else to say.
Zil Fatu is his dad, by the way.
Then I have nothing else to say then. There's a reason behind this.
Bro, he ain't gonna say nothing because he know I'm
I already know what you're gonna say. I'm leaving it. I'm letting no, that's y'all.
I'm a cook. Stay cooking you.
You ain't cooking nothing.
I am cooking something. Because you're not making no sense. I'm gonna give you ingredients.
You got the grills out. So what about Jeff Hardy? What about Jeff Hardy though? What about Jeff Hardy? Because we already did the part with Umaga. What do we say about Jeff Hardy? Why is he in your top 5?
And Jeff Hardy came out with the face paint and started doing the dance he did.
There he goes.
The solo run.
There he goes.
That was the best version of Jeff Hardy, other than the Willow character that he made in TNA.
So let me say some time.
All right, I'm gonna okay.
So let me say some time. Them Dog is Irish and he had face paint. There you go. Great character. Awesome.
You said what now?
I'm gonna say some time.
No.
You just said face paint for Umaga and Jeff Hardy. You should say the same thing for Finn Balor because he had the same thing.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you a question, Larry. You got Umaga and you got Jeff Hardy in your top five as far as character. Is it now? We're not talking about wrestling skill. We're just talking about character. Is any of those characters better than
Hey,
Shawn Michaels?
Jeff Hardy is.
You got Jeff Hardy. You got Jeff Hardy's character better than Shawn Michaels' character.
Yeah.
Okay. What about Umaga's?
I wouldn't put him over Shawn Michaels.
Okay. So we take them. Okay. So I'm just trying to adjust it. I'm like, all right, well, cool. We got Umaga. We got Jeff Hardy in, and we got Umaga out, Sean in. All right. So I'm trying to think of somebody because I like the. I mean, I hear what you're saying. Josiah's upset with you about the about the face paint. He ain't feeling
Oh
that.
no, I'm not.
Face
I'm
paint
not.
don't make no sense to me.
Am I going up here,
I'm
sir?
not going off
All
of
right.
Facebook. I'm not going off of
Face
Facebook. I'm
paint
going
don't
off of
make no sense to
the.
me.
Oh, hey, listen, the point. I'm going off of their best character. So
Anywhere up here?
you
All
want
right.
me
You're
to put?
giving me versions
Hold
of
on,
their
hold on, hold on, hold on,
characters. You're not
hold
giving
on,
me a
hold on,
clear direction as to why what
hold
made
on,
what makes
hold
your
on,
characters great.
All righty,
What
sir.
made
hold on.
Roman Reigns and Charles Chief get great?
Hit the aura.
What you mean?
Paul
You was
Heyman.
in God mode.
Block.
The whole
I
aura.
appreciate it, sir.
Don't give
Oh,
me the
okay.
whole aura.
Definitely looking for a
Don't give
house.
me that. That's a vague answer. Give me
Yeah,
reasons for why his
please.
character worked.
Well,
Okay, thank you so much.
Vague answer.
Yeah,
I'm putting
yeah. I just moved here from Pittsburgh
Umaga
like
on
30
my.
days ago. Okay, thank
I'm putting Umaga on
you.
my
Okay,
list.
all right. Are we
And
doing that? Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate it.
I'm picking Umaga with the face paint because when Umaga had that face paint, everybody was scared of him.
I'm gonna
He
get him.
was like a
Oh,
monster in
now
that
we talking
ring.
about fear? We talk about fear?
And,
We talk about fear now. Hold on, I gotta find out
Beezy
what we
knows
really
all
talking
the
about.
by the way.
What are we?
He knows
What are we
all
talking
the by the
about?
way.
I gotta know what we talking
he
about.
wants
Talk about.
he wants me to explain why I choose the people I chose and why.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm trying to find
And
out.
and and, and Josiah, I have a question for you. I have a question
Please
for
ask
you.
me a logical question. Go right ahead. You clearly have great logic. Go ahead.
Would you put Umaga's other characters that he had before the recent one?
Good.
Oh,
Umaga was in a
I'm
tag team
just
called BZ. You can attest to this. BZ, you can attest to this.
Go
You can
ahead.
attest to this.
Go ahead.
Umaga was in a tag team with Roman Reigns' brother Rosie called 3
I
Minute
remember
Warning.
that. Yeah,
All
I
right.
remember that. Yeah,
When 3 Minute Warning ended back in 05 or 06,
yeah.
there was a dude named Jose Estrada who brought
Right.
in Umaga. And when you saw Umaga the very first time, you was like, oh my God. I have told BZ on accounts. When I saw Umaga for the very first time, I was legitimately scared of this dude.
Yeah, like bro, that's crazy.
I watched
Facts.
that I was 5 years old. And I saw this
Right there.
man beat down Sherman Man and Bobby Lashley running his behind to Bobby Lashley's face. I said,
Yeah,
I said, why would he even do that? I said, I wouldn't even get a ring with this dude.
yeah.
Because WWE did a great job of repackaging him. It made me go, oh my God, this man legitimately scared me. He scared me over the Undertaker. And the Undertaker is taller than him. And I'm
Yeah.
like, bro. And I thought I was going to be scared of Taker. But with that
you're
said,
starting to see my point.
with that, hold on. But with that said, even if his character was great, and even if, matter of fact, even if his character had worked, and it was a crazy character that definitely, did his job to attribute towards my fear, for sure. I'll give you that. I still wouldn't necessarily put him in my top 5 because here's why I say you put him in your top 5 is kind of like weird, because he didn't have that much of an impact like that. I'm just keeping the man real. I'm not trying to be disrespectful towards Eddie Fatu or the Samoans or anybody else like that, but they didn't like. If he did, people to this very much day would go, Umaga is the reason why I'm doing wrestling. Umaga is the reason why my character is this way. You don't hear that too often. You don't hear people in interviews like give him great talk like that. You hear about how he did great as far as in ring work. And Jeff Hardy loved Umaga. He said he loved working with him. He said Eddie and him got along in real life. But you don't hear people go, Umaga made a stamp of approval with that gimmick and he solidified himself and boom, 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 like all like that. I don't think so. Or maybe I'm okay. He did in that regard. I'll say he just solidified himself, but they didn't. He just didn't have no impact on me. I don't know, bro. Like I'm based off
He had an impact. He had a huge impact on his whole family. If it wasn't for him,
family,
we wouldn't have the Usos. We wouldn't have Roman Reigns. We wouldn't have Jacob Fatu.
Okay, I'll give you that.
Bloodline conversation. Bloodline conversation.
He was an influence. I'll give you that. He was an influence. But did they talk about his character like that? Nobody was talking about Umaga's character being like, oh my gosh. You see Umaga's character? Because before him, you had wrestlers like Kamala. You had the great.
Talk about it.
Right? You had Kamala. You had Papa Shango.
Talk about it. Yes, Papa Shango. That's my boy.
There were characters before Umaga came into existence. So what I'm trying to get across this, he was if you want to say top 5 of scary characters like that,
good debate.
Top 5 of best characters? No.
That's a good debate, Josiah. You definitely you definitely brought something up with them. With Papa Shango and them. That was a good one, bro. That was good. That was good.
But you know something, bro? I would agree with you if he was talking about a regular top.
Hold on, Larry. Put Kane on there too.
I definitely put Kane there.
Put Kane on there too.
I think Kane stays up there for me. Kane will forever stay up there for me.
But it's way different because I'm doing a top 5 of characters I like. So it's a personal opinion.
You like? Okay, cool.
Hold that elevator.
It's not an actual top 5.
Right.
It's just
that's why I didn't say anything against your top 5 because I was like, no, this is the people he said he rock with. I can't be mad at who he rock with.
You should have stayed there from the beginning. Instead, you had me cook your whole entire
He did say that, bro.
No, you did not.
Yes, he did.
I didn't hear it.
That's the reason why. That's the reason why I wasn't debating him.
So when it plays back, then it'll be heard. I did not hear it because you was shouting over him. Like
that was the reason. That was the reason why I didn't debate him because I was like, well, he said it's his opinion. So I'm like, well, if that's his opinion, then I ain't gonna say nothing.
Okay, if you were right, that part. See, I'm like, okay, cool. Your opinion, this is how you feel. I ain't gonna say nothing about that. But you made it seem as if these are your top 5. They're the best 5 characters. I'm like, bro, that's.
He said he was like, no, here go my 5. He was like, here go my top 5 characters. That's what he said, and then he started listing the top 5. And right when he started saying his top 5. We start judging his top 5 based off of what he said.
We did.
That's what I'm saying. He did say it was his top 5. You just was ready to go at his neck early. This cat is weird. This cat Josiah, bro. He was at your head early, boy.
I was ready. I was ready, Larry. You know me.
That is funny. What's up? As far as characters,
yeah,
I got Roman Reigns up there for sure. I got Undertaker up there for sure. Characters. That's a good one. I got Roman Reigns. I got Roman Reigns, Undertaker. Character.
We didn't mention Triple H or Randy Orton.
I don't look at them as real characters for real. Like, what kind of character is Triple H?
Okay.
What kind of character is Triple H? What is he supposed to portray as? The game? Oh yeah, cerebral assassin. I like that. I just don't think that that's better than a lot of the characters that we're trying to mention. Like that
The
Finn
Razor was
Balor
a great
character
bad
is
guy.
crazy, but it didn't last long. But that Finn Balor character, when that mug came, that was it. So
Yeah,
I gotta put
yeah,
Demon Finn in there.
yeah,
I gotta put Demon Finn in there.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, you might be right about that one, dude.
and I'm not talking about scary characters. I'm just talking about characters in general. How you doing? I'm all right. I'm just talking about characters in general. That's why I picked the Godfather. I think that Godfather character was dope to me. I
I
rocked with
agree.
the Godfather character.
I agree.
I rocked with him with the love with the hold down joint, whatever, and they had all the chicks coming out. That joint was fired. So I got that, and
No,
then I think my fifth,
he had some fine women too.
yeah, my fifth.
He had some fine women.
I think that Stone Cold gimmick was spot on. I'm gonna go
Come on,
Stone Cold.
come on,
That Stone
come
Cold
on.
was that you couldn't miss it. That character was different. Everybody wanted to be that. Everybody wanted to be that.
Yes, yes,
Everybody wanted to be that Stone Cold character.
yes.
Everybody wanted to be that. So that's why I gotta give him that. So that's my five. Yeah,
Who doesn't
Godfather,
love a
Stone
character who
Cold.
beats his bosses behind every single
Yeah,
weekend
everybody wanted to be that.
and runs the
That
course?
might be the best character
Who
ever.
doesn't want to be that?
And everybody's in
Who
other
doesn't
people's
want to be
mind,
that?
people will say that. Yeah, because everybody want to beat their
Yep.
boss up. So yeah, that's a lot of people that could probably consider saying that might be the best character ever. But
Awesome.
yeah, man, that's my five. That was my five.
What's your five again? Can you repeat that?
Stone Cold, Godfather, Undertaker, Roman Reigns, and Demon Finn.
Wow.
And I still don't even got. I don't got.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
And
crazy.
for Finn Balor
I
to
got
be in
two
that
things.
list
This one.
that's a
Hold on.
testament. That's a testament.
Can I use this?
It's a strong testament.
And then what number am I at? Trying to
I
get
think
10
I
on 13.
asked questions furthermore about what really was the character though. Like what really was these characters about? Like
Thank
what
you.
when we said they're in
Mhm.
our top five, what was really about the characters that WWE liked? Al, before you pick these, I can give you reasons for why those characters work. Finn Balor, he works, but he works somewhat a bit one dimensional in a way.
One dimensional. It's crazy. All right, go ahead.
I'm
Thank you.
getting to my reasons why. So the tribal chief character, Roman Reigns, went from being somewhat of an abusive leader to his bloodline to becoming.
I have to put it. We'll get it out regardless. I'll just have to do it another way to release it. Go ahead. Explain.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Roman Reigns' character was based on the movie Apocalypse Now. If you ever seen Marlon Brando in that movie, he played a character named Colonel Kurtz, and Colonel Kurtz did what he needed for. He was a basically he was a war. He was in the war, but he went rogue, right? And he went about things in his own way. He had people somewhat kind of like worship him, but he did things in a way where he was haunted by. It's kind of hard for me to explain, but basically, like he was a ruler essentially, right? And he had the people, and then eventually it led to his downfall, right? Roman Reigns' character is somewhat similar, where he's bringing his family up, and he feels he has to maintain the responsibilities of holding down for WWE. But once he starts to crack, as far as the reasons behind his character, there's like a lot of layers with Roman Reigns. Like it's the Shield Roman Reigns, that ties into his character, right?
Right.
My point is with Roman, I think because of the layers, his character is great.
Right.
Undertaker, same thing. His character was great because of the layers that he morphs into with the character. Like I mentioned, Biker Gimmick, the Deadman character, the Phenom, the Massacre, like all kinds of stuff. Paul Bearer being with him, all that stuff.
Okay. And then
the Godfather, who does rock with him around that time, because Pimp was this thing, and they still do to this day. Who does rock with a pimp, who comes across with some of the best music in the entrance thing as far as his music was. It was dope, right? And he comes across with all these beautiful ladies, and they all are his hoes. And he
Yep.
gets to say that on live television.
Yep.
He gets to say that on live television.
Uh-huh.
Nobody, you have not. There hasn't been a character since that has done that.
Nope.
On television.
Val Venus couldn't even do it.
He's the only one. He's the only one. So, as much as I can give you reasons for all of that, when I look at Finn Balor's Demon King character, I'm going, okay. When he has a face paint, he becomes a different Finn Balor. Finn Balor is known outside of the face paint to just be Finn Balor.
Right.
He's Demon King Finn Balor. It's like you get this volume that's turned up to the max. He goes crazy. If you're in the ring with him, you better get out, boom, boom, boom. So his presentation alone is great. I give WWE credit for that. And the face paint and everything in the wardrobe is awesome. Like the heartbeats back and forth, it's great. But what really is the Demon King? And they have explained it. WWE has explained it. I had to look back on it. But what really is the Demon King character, though?
Yeah, I'm going to have to take Finn off mine and put Bray Wyatt in there.
Yeah.
And that's all a good question for you.
That's just my thought.
Go ahead. Yeah, for sure.
If the WWE went ahead with their plans of doing the bloodline earlier, do you think it would have worked as good as it is now?
Hold on, what's the question?
That's a really good question.
Because they wasn't gonna call it the bloodline, but they were planning on making that stable with Rikishi, Haku, and another one of their family members.
What they had were back then?
Yeah.
Oh, are you saying without Roman and Jimmy and Jay?
Yeah, because they planned on making a bloodline stable back then, but it wasn't gonna be called the bloodline.
This is tough. This is really freaking tough. Oh gosh, I want to say yes, but there's a part of me want to say no. BZ, I'm gonna let you answer this.
What's the question? That's what I was trying to find out.
Yeah, go ahead, Larry. Tell him.
If WWE went ahead with their plans of building the stable, would it have worked? It wouldn't have been called the bloodline.
Oh, if it would have been called something else?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it would have worked. I think the bloodline is. I think the name of the bloodline. I think the name. I think the name of the bloodline is the reason why the bloodline is what it is. That's why I was so upset when they added Sami Zayn and people that's not connected to it. I'm like, no, don't mess this up. Like, I get it for the honorary Uso and all that. Y'all want the extra funny stuff, but at the same time, keep that bloodline oriented. That's why even right now in my head, I'm like, bro, it would be dope if Roman come back with Zilla and other people a part of the family to go against other family situations or help with you know what I'm saying? Instead of it being, oh yeah, well, we know he's going to team up with Cody, he's going to team up with CM Punk. They're not family. If they're not family, bro, it's messing up the whole. It's messing that up. Like, bro, y'all, they stirred away from the Roman versus Solo because Solo already won. But at the same time, Solo building his bloodline up. Like, what the heck? Why they got him going? Even though you still got to get the Seth and the Roman, they got to get that going. I think that they just did that too soon. They should have just kept the bloodline thing going so you could finally finish that first before you spread out and do other stuff.
And so, with all due respect to B's point, with all due respect to Rikishi, Haku, who's my other members, Larry?
I forget. I think Monte and Roman's brother would have been part of it. I'm not sure.
Who's number one?
I think Roman's brother.
Okay, even Rosie, I'll even throw in the Tom Kid. And maybe even Samu. Well, not Samu, somebody else. They, with all due respect to all of them, they're not doing nothing with Roman Reigns, Jimmy J, Uso, Solo Sikoa, or Jacob Fatu, the Tonga twins, the Tonga brothers. They're not doing nothing with them. No. All due respect to them as far as their in-ring abilities, but they're not doing anything that Roman could do. Okay, what I'm saying is Roman and Jimmy and Jay have have superiorly passed them as far as being better in-ring talents in the ring.
Hot
Were they
take.
grateful what they had did?
Hot
It's a hot
take.
take. It's a hot take. It is a hot take.
Oh
So
my
I
God.
wasn't listen, and I'm not even trying to listen. I'm not even trying to hate on Rikishi. I'm not even trying to hate on Faku. I'm not
You
trying to hate
sound
on
like you
none of
hating
these
on
guys.
all of them. That's what it sound like. Sound like you hating on all of them.
No.
I would agree. They done surpassed them.
Yes, I'm saying.
I don't know, man.
The new generation has to pass the
I think
old.
Rikishi will outright tell you, Jimmy and Jay together, even with Jay on his own or whatever like that. I guarantee he'll tell you they're better than he ever was, collectively.
Yeah.
If you talking about, I'm talking about 5-on-5. You got them beating the old school 5 against the new school 5.
No. What I'm doing is
I was about to say, like, nah, bro.
No.
I'm like, you got Yokozuna, you got all of them. They not beating them, bro. No, I can't do it. Not yet. Not yet. I don't think so.
That would be crazy. But what I'm doing is I'm comparing, contrasting the bloodline.
Yeah, okay,
to
I
what
got
Larry said could have been the bloodline from back
then. Got you.
So what I'm saying is Roman and Jimmy J solo, they added Sammy, I believe, as a wrinkle to the bloodline because Roman, maybe he thought this, or maybe Paul may have thought this, whoever thought this, genius, but one of them thought, okay, because the bloodline, even though it was great, we saw how great it was in 2020 and 2021. There are some people like online that were going, this bloodline thing is running its course. I'm tired of it, kind of like ended already. I'm not really with it. This is, I don't get this. Boom, boom, boom. When they brought in Sami Zayn, they went from making the bloodline just like from going from a stable to, we got a story here, and we can feed off of the story and see what Sami Zayn was doing. And Sami Zayn played the role of, I want to fit in with the bloodline. Like, if you've been in school, we've all been in high school where, to some degree, not all of us, but some of us may have wanted to fit in with the popular group or the popular kids or whatever, the athletes. Like,
not me. I was the popular kid. Thank you.
I love you.
You will fit in with me.
But what I'm saying is, right. Right. But what I'm saying is, it was relatable.
Yeah.
And we saw what could happen with Roman and Sammy, and Roman and Sammy would have those sit down talks, and then you saw how Sammy was talking with Jimmy, and Jimmy was talking with Sammy, but Jay was conflicted, so he didn't really trust Sammy. He's like, bro, why's he even a part of this? He's not even family. He was the first one to actually say this man was not family. Like, man, I don't trust you, man. Get away from me, boom, boom, boom. Right? Yeah. Solo would just remain Solo. Solo didn't have to do anything, didn't have to say anything. His character was great because he didn't have to do a whole lot at all. He just stood there, and he just looked menacing. So, when you factor all that into it, what paid it off was that Royal Rumble thing. When Roman faced Kevin Owens, and Roman beat Kevin Owens, and then he had the whole entire blowout. I mean, when I say they beat the crap out of freaking Kevin Owens, bro, I told Larry, I said they were worse than that. They were worse than that.
Yeah, they were. Like, I put the bloodline over next. For sure.
Kevin Owens allowed this man Roman Reigns to bash his head into the steel steps. On the steps. Yeah. And then you had your cousins proceed to put your arm around me in the ring room. It had to hurt. He got 4, 5, 6 different super kicks on his face. It was insane. I was like, bro, I'm like, dang, stop this. Like, I'm like, y'all, what's wrong with y'all? Right? So all that happened. And then Roman Reigns told Sami Zayn him with the steel chair, except for Sami's like, I don't know, I can't do it. And he started crying. Roman's like, what are you crying for? Quit crying. Quit doing all that crying. Like, come on, man, hit him. And then Sami took that steel chair and racked Roman Reigns with it. That crowd was loud. It was deafening. Like, it was so loud. One of the producers' cameras, or whatever his mic was, it broke. That's how loud it was. So, I think for that reason alone, Sami added a special element to the bloodline in terms of storylines, and it would turn the bloodline from going from, okay, this is our bloodline, we came up from this family, boom, 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 to now it's cinematic storytelling, and it still continues on with cinematic storytelling. So he had a hand in that. And Roman Reigns is the reason. And by the way, for those that don't know, or if you don't know, or you do, Roman is the reason why Sami Zayn got brought into the bloodline in the first place. So if you got a problem with the bloodline, you should have a problem with Roman. He's the one that did it in the first place. He brought him in.
I ain't know that.
So,
But you,
yeah, he
you
brought him
wanna
in.
know, you wanna know what's so funny?
What's up?
None of their family members are like y'all. Like Rikishi kept saying something about Sammy. Who else said something about Sammy? I think Zilla may have said something. Lance said something. I'm like, dude, what is they smoke with Sammy?
I know, it's weird.
He ain't family, bro. He ain't family. Like when we speak on the bloodline, when we speak on Roman, when we speak not even just Roman, when we speak on the
And
bloodline
you
as a
should have a
whole.
problem with Roman then. Because Roman's the reason why they brought Roman is the reason why something was brought into the storyline in the first place. If you got some sort of problem with the whole entire ordeal, come to Roman about that. Roman's the one that did it.
Yeah, but I mean,
They
they
not gonna do
probably
I'm
it.
just
did, but
saying.
at the same time, even
They
if you
not.
come at Roman about it,
They
they still don't have to agree.
they're not gonna do
I
that though.
agree.
Yeah, they
You
don't
gotta
have to
remember,
agree. I'm like, bro, that's just how it is,
no,
bro. And I'm talking about you
no.
got cousins, you got brothers, and all that stuff. Y'all mobbing like that, and some random person just pop up just because they got beef with you, and all of a sudden they feel that they fit in. No, you don't fit in. We help you out, but at the same time, you ain't part of this. This is the blood. And if now family moved from South Carolina to where everybody is at, they like, yo, who is that? I'm like, oh yeah, that's the homie from around the way. I'm like, all right, that's cool, but he ain't blood. Why he here?
Yeah,
That's fair.
People be thinking like that.
That's
but
You know
fair.
what I'm saying? So when cats people think like that, it's just
Yeah.
yeah,
it is what it is. I can't even be mad at them for being upset. Like I can't be mad at them for being like, yo, we ain't really rocking with that because some people be like that. Like I don't want to go. I don't want to go in this way, but at the same time, don't nobody take it wrong. But I'm saying if we got like 30 black people involved, but then I got a white homie that's right over there on the side, he real cool with the people, but at the same time, it's people from the outside looking in like, bro, who is that? Why is he here? Oh yeah, he cool with Monte. I'm like, all right, that's cool, but he ain't one of us. Why is he here?
That's
Same thing
true.
with
But
same
let me
thing with vice versa. They like, well, why is he here?
so let me okay, so I'm gonna tell you this then. In the Nation of Domination, right? For those that don't know, you had The Rock, you had the Farouk, you had D'Lo Brown, you had Mark Henry, you had the Godfather, right? And I think to an extent they even brought in, you forget Ahmed Johnson, but they did bring in Owen Hart to the stable, and Owen Hart was not black. This is a whole entire black group.
But
Owen Hart was the only
the
one
old
that was not black.
the difference that you saying, that's not blood. That's the reason why the bloodline is the best team of all time.
Right.
That's family for real.
That's
These
what I'm.
cats ain't family.
Oh yeah. Okay. I get
That's what
that.
I'm saying.
I get
I'm
that.
like, oh, like, bro,
I get that.
yeah, Ron Simmons ain't related to The Rock. That ain't no, we ain't, nah, that ain't that. That's why
I get you. Yeah. I get
it
that now.
hit different when it comes to the bloodline. It hit different. Everything with the
Right.
bloodline hit different because they either look like they related or they really are related in some way.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just like, bro, that joint hit different. Like JC, I don't think he's related at all, but he looked like
No,
he
He's
is.
not.
no.
But he looked like he
He,
is. That's why ain't nobody tripping.
Yeah, he
he's
do.
from Hawaii. He's from Hawaii.
Right? See what I'm?
He's a Hawaiian.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. But from us, but for us to know because of how we follow wrestling compared to people who don't know, they wouldn't know that. They would really think that they was related. They would think they was cousins.
Yep.
You
Yep.
thought people thought Undertaker and Kane was brothers in real
Oh
life.
no,
Yes, I did. I ain't gonna lie. I did. I
Yeah,
did.
people thought
I
Undertaker and
did.
Kane was brothers in
I
real
did.
life, but they was not
I
even
sure did.
related.
Yep. I was one of those.
Some
I was
situations,
definitely one of those, bro.
yeah, some situations fit like that, and that's how it is with the bloodline. Sami Zayn just looked out of place. Period. You don't look like you related to nobody here. You just here, like
hey,
bro. You just
hey,
here, like look like you hiding, like you trying to be safe and you trying to have a whole bunch of bodyguards because you got some problems. That's what it looked like. I'm like, bro, that no.
It was. I think that's where it was initially, though. I think
Yeah,
that's where it was initially, though. But then as time
yeah.
went, he like won him over, though. Right, that's why they call him the honorary Oos. Like, because essentially he had won him over. Because remember, we kept saying for weeks around that time, it was only a matter of time before they kick him out. Okay, we ain't gonna kick him out. We were expecting for that to happen, and he kicked him his own self out. But for weeks, everyone was going, oh, it's gonna hurt when the bloodline's gonna turn on Sammy, Jimmy and Jay's gonna turn on Sammy, they're gonna beat him up, Saul's gonna beat him up, Roman's gonna beat him up. We kept anticipating that for weeks. And it didn't go the way we had visioned it.
And remember, Jay said it and Jimmy said it once before to Sammy. You not blood. They said it to Sammy multiple times. You not blood. Even though he was an honorary Oos, when it came down to it, they was always saying, you not blood, bro. You not blood. This ain't got nothing to do with you.
It's true. It was true.
Yeah, so it's like,
Hey, I know exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying that the woman. It's big cause. I know what I'm saying.
you said,
That's like, I can guess by everything that you're saying that the woman. Because that's a big cause. They know better.
yeah, they know they can't. And Roman might, and like I said, Roman might have used Sami Zayn for the exposure at that time. Even though Roman was already Roman, the exposure of the bloodline took off when they put Sami in there.
I agree.
So it could have been a move. You know what I'm saying? It could have been a move, but like I said, for to be it for a long period of time, to now y'all making like 3-4 stories and Sami got to be involved and all that. If you're doing that, this is about to be what? Cody's third time being a part of the bloodline. Why don't you put him as an honorary Oos? You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep connecting these suckers. Like, come on, bro. He ain't family.
Easy, bro.
Hey, they don't want him either, for they feel they don't want him either.
Yes, they know they don't want him there. Hold on, y'all.
Two to the dome, you know I came to kill. And all the DJs and beat makers know the drill. Your boys back, they all run like sawmill. This beat was just sent to me, this was a fresh kill. What you